Hello everyone, welcome to Chirag PostgreSQL 18 DBA tutorial. This is the day 6 and here we are going to learn PostgreSQL 18 DBA and this is the course name is 0 to Hero in 30 days. So in day 6 we are going to learn PostgreSQL 18 PgBouncer setup connection pooling. So day 6 we'll go through the step-by-step process. So we'll install and configure the PgBouncer as the connection pooler for PostgreSQL 18, test its effect on the performance using the pgbench and compare result with and without PgBouncer. So here PgBouncer. What is the PgBouncer? A lightweight connection pooler for the PostgreSQL that reuse the DB connections to improve performance and reduce the server load. Next, there is a connection pooler. So a connection pooler for the Postgres 18 software placed between the app and PostgreSQL to manage and reuse the connection efficiently. PgBouncer is the most commonly used one. So what is the PG bench? So PostgreSQL's built-in benchmark and load testing tool used to the measure PostgreSQL database performance under the concurrent traffic. So in my case, my environment is the this is PostgreSQL version 18.x I am using with the Ubuntu server 24.0 for LTS. PgBouncer version is the latest from the apt PostgreSQL.org 1.23 something. And database, I'm using the my database and OS user, root and Postgres, host name, localhost, and default Postgres port 5432 and default PgBouncer port 6432. In my case, my server is running with the VMware workstation. This is my server, Ubuntu 24.0 for LTS server is running there. Now I am going to access my server. So CMD, password is admin at the rate 123. While installing, I've given the username, password, and IP address for this server. So done. Now, if Postgres is not installed, so if okay, install the PostgreSQL. If not installed, then run this command. So let it complete. So here we use the PgBouncer as a connection pooler. So this is the lightweight connection pooler for the PostgreSQL database. And using the pgbench, this is the testing tool, the load testing tool for the PostgreSQL. So using that, we'll just test this one. So installing the Postgres 18. So near about to install it. Installation is completed. Now we'll move to the next. Next is the install pgBouncer. So Postgres, this is active. So Postgres is running. Now let me update again. Sudo apt update and install the pgBouncer. So sudo apt install pgbouncer bouncer and give the permission Y. So completed. Now let me check the PostgreSQL version -b. So we are running with the Postgres 18.4. Now pgBouncer. So we're running with the pgBouncer 1.25.2. Next, we are going for the configure the pgBouncer configuration file. Let me open this file, and here after database we're going to add this. Next is the pool mode, control W, and pool mode is default is session. I will just change into the transaction. Control W, max client. So max client is default is 100. I will change into the 1000 or 500. So I am changing this one 5000. Okay. Next I'll change the 5000. So auth type MD5 instead of MD5. So we'll use the SHA-256 and auth file path is same. Now let me check the admin user. Admin user. Here I'll put the admin user and Postgres. Control X and Y and save. So enter. So this is done. Now we'll create the user list file, and before that I need to set the PostgreSQL configuration file and configuration for the password encryption. So I'll open the configuration file sudo nano /etc postgres /18 /main /postgres configuration file. So control W password. So password encryption is SHA-256. Control X, Y and save. Now when you are doing this, you have to update the system, restart the Postgres for update the configuration or apply the changes. So restart. Now I'm going to log into my Postgres database sudo -u postgres and psql. So I'll set the password alter user. My username is postgres and with password, and here I'll put the password. So admin@123 for the testing purpose, and you can use the strong password for your production use. So now let me restart. Okay. So we have done this. So we have done this. Next, log into. We have alter. Okay, alter your password is done. To get the SCRM password hash, run this command. So you got the password, username and password. Keep it this one. Just copy this. Done. Next, edit the user list. So inside that, you copy and paste the entire into the there. So copy this, and in maybe in your case sometime you'll get if you're using the MD5 instead of the legacy app. So generate it like, so you have to run this command, and here your password you put and MD5 and just put it password and MD5 password here. Here we are putting the SHA-256 format 4096. So not if you are getting the password blank, then first set the password of the Postgres user. So you can set the password like this. Okay. Next is the Postgres authentication update. So let me open the PGHBA. So in my case, no need to update, but I'm showing you there's a host all 127.0.0.1/32 and SCRM SHA 256. So already is there. Now restart both the service. Next, verify the connection. So direct PostgreSQL with the 5432 port. I'm going to access the PostgreSQL database. So password. So logged in. Now slash and here I only change the port. So we can log in from the PgBouncer. So both are working. If connected, then PgBouncer is ready. So next in step 7, performance PG benchmark using the PgBench. So create a database. Now initialize my database. Check the max connection. So there is 100 connection. But in PgBouncer, we have a 5000 connection. So now what I'll do without PgBouncer, I'll just run this command. So we are getting the error that sorry, too many clients are already. So here, because of this, we have a limit of connection is 100, but we are trying with the 1000. So now what I'll do, I'll with the PgBouncer where we have given the 5000. So here from I'm going to run. So for the 60-second, there is a connection is 1000 PgBench and my database. So I'm running this. So example output is this. So I'm removing this one. We'll give the correct output here. This is a 1000. So we got this. Now, so number of clients is 1000, number of thread is 1, other duration is 60-second, and there's a latency is the 3196 millisecond. Initial connection time taken is 7432, and transaction per second is 312. So we got this. Now connection overhead comparison with the minus C. So create a small SQL file. Now without PgBouncer, I'm going to run this command. So there is a connection is 20, time is 60, and there's a my database and 5432. This is a default. Without PgBouncer, we are calling this one. Run this command, it will ask you the password. So wait for 60 seconds. So remove this. Remove this. So this both are near, all are same. Only one change is there. 5432 is the default port for the PostgreSQL, and here we are using the 6432. This is the PgBouncer default port. So I'm going through the without PgBouncer and with PgBouncer testing. So let it complete. So there is a number of transaction each process is 17,476. So here we got the output. Copy this and paste this one. Now I'm going to run this one for the 60 second. So we're running the same, only changes is that this is a port number. This is going through the PgBouncer. And here we can see number of clients is 20, number of threads is 1, number of transaction actually processed 3556, number of failed transaction 0, latency average is 337 millisecond, and average connection timeout is 16 millisecond, and total transaction per second is 59 point something, including the reconnection time. So now we'll get something more because we are using the connection pooler. This is a PgBouncer. So this is done. So now you can check the changes. So here we have a actually transaction is processed on the 3,556, but with the PgBouncer transaction is 9,000, approx 3 times more than this, and latency timeout is 337, and here 133. So this is better. So one you can't say, or 2.5 approx. So average connection is 16 millisecond. This took the only 6 millisecond, and here TPS is the 59, and here 150, means 3 times more than this. So improve the summary. So you can change this value and you can compare this one in your case. So key benefits of the PgBouncer for the Postgres 18 is the reduce the connection overhead and reuse the backend connection, handle spike in the client load, lower memory consumption on the database, transparent for the application, just change port. So in this video, we have learned on day 6 Postgres 18 PgBouncer setup with the connection pooler. And disclaimer is that this video is created for the educational and informational purpose under the Fair Use Section 107 Copyright Act 1976. All trademarks and logos belongs to their respective owners. So for any copyright concern, you can send a mail on this mail address, and follow me and support for the YouTube, Instagram, LinkedIn, Facebook, WhatsApp channel and Telegram channel is there. Follow the process exactly shown in the video. Do you have any question that drop down into the comment box? Like, share, comment and subscribe to my channel. Hope this will help. Thank you for watching.